Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Oh boy, big game tonight, and I'm wondering if we're going to have a little weather delay tonight. We'll have to cheat. We'll see here in just a little bit, but let's see. Can y'all all hear me real good? Just let me know with a thumbs up if you would. And oh boy, this is a big game, folks. Big game. What is up, Patriot? That's a nice royal flush you got there. All right, good deal. Doing fine, doing fine, doing fine. Who all we got in here? Oh, we got everybody. All right, folks. Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. Yeah, let me show you the weather on this situation, because I'm thinking there's a chance that we have a little delay. I don't know how bad it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be too bad at all, but here you go. See that, folks? That's K-Town. See that weather right there? It's coming through. And I think by the time, whoa. Well, that didn't help anything. Anyway, you saw the weather. Let me make that bigger. Good gosh. Anyway, looks like we're probably going to have some weather for we may have a 30-minute delay, maybe as much as 45 minutes or something. It looks like it's going to blow right on out of there pretty quickly, a quick little storm. So, possibly a 30-minute to 45-minute delay. Anyway, let me show you our starting lineup here. I'll show you who's pitching. I know that's your first question. Here we go. Starting lineup is right here. You've got Xander Seacrest, who will be starting. And then you've got your normal lineup they're going to start out, of course, with Christian Moore. He's back in the lineup fully. So, about what you'd expect. Going with the lefty tonight. I have not been able to find out who they're see, rain clears the stadium. Here we go. Rain clears the stadium and comes back at 10. So they've got time to get the game in then. Because the games are, they're under 3 hours pretty much most of the time. So they need to be ready to roll once that quits. Let's see here. Let's see. Blake Burke, Billy Amack, Dylan Dreiling, Hunter Inslee, Kavaris Tears for Fears, Dean Curley, Dalton from Roadhouse, Bargo, Cal Stark, and Xander Seacrest. All right. So we've got a pretty big lineup there. I think that's our typical normal starting lineup. And we'll see how long. Look, here's the thing with pitching. Both teams are going to look to pull a pitcher if they get in any kind of trouble. I don't think there's any question about that. Oh, here we go. It says their pitcher is a freshman. Wow, man, 18 years old up there pitching against the Vols. Woo! That'd make you nervous. I'm going to tell you what, a little bummed by the delay. That's kind of a pain in the rear end. But it doesn't shock me any. We've had so much rain. It's been unbelievable. It's all over from insider saying it don't know offering. Oh, yeah, well. Tony's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. They'll match whatever. All right. From Sevierville. Oh, yeah, I'm not far away from you there, DJ. I'm up here in Pigeon Forge. See who all Ace will be playing loose with nothing to. You may be right. They may be playing loose, but they'll be nervous. Don't you worry. This is their one. It's their one and only opportunity to get to the College World Series. Believe me, they'll be feeling that big time. You can count on it. Let's see what else everybody. So, darn it, stupid delay. All right, so let's figure I'd say 7 o'clock is probably the earliest they'll get started. Now, fortunately, we don't have like a regular field, so all they got to do is cover the pitcher's mound, I believe. What we need to do in this game is get out to a big lead and just keep going, keep pouring it on. And that's pretty much exactly how we need to play this, because we don't need to be letting them think they can win this. We need to do this right here.
Wow. Now you're all in big, big trouble.
All right, so that's pretty much what I want to see Tony and the guys do. Get that dodgeball and just and hopefully take care of them. Let's see. Let me get back to my comments here. Hey, I just added that feature. Could y'all hear that little video clip? I think you could. I'm pretty sure you could. Oh yeah, you did. That tells me you saw it. Anyway, yeah, no kid. We had a chance to do that, Timothy. God, we had them beat. It was 4-0, and what was it? Burke went up there and just barely missed a home run. We'd gone up 7-0, and that had pretty much done it. They would have about given up there, but no, we let them hang around. Jeez. We're going to have to score. Just know that. We're going to have to score and keep scoring and not let up, because our pitching, that's the one thing this year about our pitching. It's not like it was in 2022 when we had all those starters, all those Major League Baseball starters, basically what we had. Pretty much had a starting lineup. Now we're struggling with our starters. So it's been our offense that's carried us all year. So we'll see. You know, we had the one guy that was really good that got hurt, and then the other guy went to Wake Forest. And then, so, you know, we had some issues there. And that happens, man. You get injuries, you get people transfer. Slim, I don't know about 8 home runs. I'd be happy with 4, which is about what we normally average, it seems like. Don't we average about 4 against quality opponents? I think, yeah, if we could score, I'd like to see us score 8 to 12 runs. Should be enough, but heck, you never know. I mean, we're going to be throwing it. Look, they actually used their starter that they were going to use for tonight. They used him last night. So I think that's why they're going with the freshman. They used everybody they had. I mean, it was their last game if they didn't. So they've burned a bunch of guys. They're going to have to go with what they got. And we've burned some guys too, but, you know, we're a lot deeper. Evansville's ace. Yeah. Carl Jetkins, let's see here. That'd be just fine. Yeah, this is, you know, there's no way to sugarcoat this. This is a huge game. I'm as nervous about this game as I would be, honestly, our football team playing Alabama or that Elite or the Sweet 16 this year, the Elite 8. I had a bad feeling about that Elite 8 because we were going up against that 7'4", 5,000-pound gorilla. What's his name? I blanked his name out. Zach Edey, who it was awful. But yeah, I go in there. I usually get my clubs regripped in there. Let's see what's in the cup. This is orange juice and special vitamins. Man, let's see here. Oh, we're as home or away. We're as home as it gets, dude. We're at Lindsey Nelson. I mean, you don't get any more home than that. Yeah, he did. He absolutely took. He took everybody's lunch money the whole year long. He was the Jelly of the Month Club. He was the gift that kept on giving the whole year long. And I can get him nervous and walking us. Yeah, I tell you, I'd like to see that kid get in trouble finding the strike zone. We will see. Well, yeah, if you see me there, just say, hey, that's no problem at all. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I have people come up to me from time to time. So glad to find a show. Oh, man, I'm telling you. I am, like I said, I don't like this rain delay just because it annoys me. I mean, it won't. I don't know that it affects either team that any different. I mean, it's the same for both, but I'm just annoyed by it because I'm ready. I'm like a SpongeBob SquarePants. I got my flipping thing, and I'm ready. Let's see. No, we're not going to fall apart. No, that won't happen. We're going to be fine. We may jump all over these guys. We may really jump on them. That's what I'm hoping happens, and then just pour it on. And the crowd, we need the crowd going nuts. They need to start going nuts and really put the pressure on the pitcher. I mean, if we do anything on offense, they need to just start absolutely going bananas, which I am confident they will do. I'm sure they'll, by the time 7 o'clock comes along, which is what I think will be first pitch, just guessing based on what I saw from that weather forecast. I mean, it didn't look so good. Actually, let me pull that up again. That looked a little bit nasty for about, let's see here. Oh, dagnabbit. Yeah, it's not looking so good. Why has that shrunk up on me? There we go. All right, I'll show that to you. Let's see. Here's the weather forecast. And there you go. Okay, so you can see it's right on top of Knoxville right there. And having worked in the golf business, I pretty much can tell you that that's about a 30-minute rain right there. Let's see here. I'm going to move this little toggle here. Let me make sure y'all can see. Yeah, y'all are seeing that. And we're going to take it up to showtime here. Okay. Okay, yeah, there's 6 o'clock right there, which will be dead on us. That's 5:58. Wait a minute. There's 6:09. So it's towards the end of it. There's 6:14. Okay, now at 6:30, looks like 6:25, it'll be ending just about 6:30. And yeah, they should have no trouble teeing up at 7 o'clock, I would think. See, we're clear. Now let's see what it does. Let's see, 8 o'clock, clear, 9 o'clock. Let's get up here to 9. Okay, no problem there. 9, there's a little storm there to the left. That may not be much. Green does not necessarily mean a ton of rain or anything. It's with a yellow. We're fine. We're fine for the rest of the night based on this. Look at this. Yeah, should be no problem at all. But there's 6 o'clock, so there's no way. I can tell you there's literally no way that that we'll be teeing off at 6 o'clock. It's going to be probably 6:50, 7 o'clock, something like that. And hopefully there might be some thunder and lightning, and they'll have to be real careful with that. That's the thing that can really be a problem. So they'll be super careful, especially having, 6,000 people there. They got to have shelter and all that stuff. So I'd say they'll hold off, and I'm hoping that a lot of people will get underneath, back in their cars or wherever they got to go. I'm sure my brother's there, Junebug, and he'll be smack dab in the middle of all that. Yeah, ESPNU is where this is going to be on, folks. ESPN, the magazine. You never see that commercial anymore, by the way. Yeah. Uh-oh. Marty Day, come and gone. 10 minutes from campus. It's already day. Oh, right. That probably means rained, come and gone. Okay. Well, that's good news. I'm just looking at that weather on that radar, but maybe it's gone on out of there. Appreciate that $4.99 too, by the way. So who knows? Maybe it'll get started on time or close to it. Yeah, it's starting to rain here, folks. I'm about 45 minutes. Well, I'm probably 30 to 40 minutes away as the crow flies. Tell me the TV show that comes from. I know you know that TV show. They were always talking about As the Crow Flies. I could tell you the car they drove, but that would totally give it away. Let's see. Day come and gone means it's dark. Huh. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's dark, so it's getting ready to rain. Okay, I misunderstood that. Okay, so it probably will be a 7 o'clock then if I'm reading that right now. Okay. He's saying it's rough. Watch your limbs and power if you're in Sevierville. Oh, so it's going to be it's a storm then. I'm starting to hear thunder. I feel like a weatherman. Let's see. It says it's clear right now. It's not clear here. It's really starting to cloud up in Pigeon Forge. So, yeah, here we go. Yeah, it was definitely the Duke boys. Everywhere they went, we'll never get there in time. That's an hour away. Well, that's only 30 minutes as the crow flies, while the General Lee will get us there no problem. They treated him like he was a character on the show. I watched a few minutes of that the other day. I think it was about a month or two ago. And I loved it as a kid. But as you watch it now, you could tell it was really, that show was almost made for kids. I loved it when it first came out. I thought it was hilarious. And they were always, that sheriff was always mad. Don't go, those Duke boys. Let's see. It says the rain has passed here in Coreyton, thundering in Powell, Tennessee. Yeah, same thing here. Yeah, so I'd say we'll have a little delay. All right, folks. And I can tell you this much too. Tony, he needs to let them know that he's, what was it I had on that thumbnail? He's their Huckleberry.
I'm your Huckleberry. Why, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked over your grave.
Yeah, that's the way it needs to be tonight. They need to take this. I mean, I know they're going to take it very seriously, but they need to literally get these guys down and not let them back up. This team has got moxie, this Evansville team. They're not quitters. They'll just keep coming at you, and they don't give a crap. So, yeah, we need to let them know that we're their Huckleberry. And a little something about that, if you don't know the trivia behind that, of course, I know you all saw it on in the movie. But there is a controversy over that. Some people say they use the term Huckleberry. And the other side of it says, no, I'm your, what was it? It was a Hucklebearer. And that had something to do with carrying a casket. And there's a controversy over that, but you can understand what he means by it. So he was pretty much telling Johnny Ringo, I'll be your Hucklebearer. I'll carry your casket for you, which he wound up basically doing. You know that Johnny Ringo was always a little bit high-spirited. Yeah. So what do y'all think the game will be? Not only the time, but what do you think the score will be? Y'all give me an idea. Oh, here we go. First pitch at 7:06. Okay. That's excellent. Where'd you get that at, Go Vols? Because that could be very good information. Here we go. Joseph said the same thing here. So when you start seeing multiple people say it, start time update 7:06, which means they're going to let I think you have to wait 15 minutes once the thunder and lightning goes by and not hear it. So that's probably why they're going with 7:06, because they probably think it's going to be over at 6:50, and they need that 15. It may be 20 minutes for all I know. I just remember there's a time. Stingray, yeah, everybody's saying 7:06. So now I'm confident of that. Man. But here's the good thing, folks. Once it starts, I don't believe there'll be another delay based on the weather. Let's look at that one more time. What the heck? And see. Yeah. So here's where we are. And then you go. 7, 8, 9. And then we go all the way. See, even at 10 o'clock, there's nothing to really speak of. So I think that'll give us a good 3 hours. Shouldn't be a problem. I would definitely, it's not going to hit 10:30. We might get a sprinkle at 10:30. So I think we're fine. If I was playing golf, I wouldn't even think twice about teeing it up at 7. I'd be out there at 6:45, but that's me. All right, so that's helpful. Yeah, I'm starting to hear thunder and lightning now here. Let's see. Top Troop says 13-3. I'm cool with. I can live with 13-3. Top Troop. I could live with 13-7. 13-12 I'd take it, but I'd be nervous you could imagine. 12. I like this one. 12-4. I would be happy with that. If we lose, it's probably going to be something like 8-6. Something where we didn't really go off offensively. And I don't think they can score more than heck, they scored 10 runs yesterday. I didn't think there was any way they could score 10 runs on our pitching, especially we got through the first 3 innings without a single run, so they scored 10 runs in the last 6 innings. There was a couple innings there where we had 2 outs on them. We just couldn't get them out. 2 outs, 2 strikes. We could not get them out time after time. And then we had a chance to win at the end. Said, yeah, I remember playing golf in rain and stuff like that. You'd never do it these days. Of course, we didn't have radar and all that kind of. We didn't know what was going on. We just knew it was raining or it wasn't. We didn't have near the stuff we've got now. Now you can just go to your phone and you can literally know within a minute of exactly when it's going to quit, when it's going to start, all that stuff. I mean, that's amazing that we're able to show, and we're able to show you that crap. That blows my mind. I could literally, about anybody could be a weatherman on YouTube. Let's see. Oh, gosh, I hope, that would really stink, John C. That would stink. Oh, that would be painful. Look, I can't sugarcoat this, folks. If we lose this game, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt really bad. So we need to whoop up on this team. We need to not give them a single shot at this. We need to jump on them and just stay wearing them out. That's all there is to it. If we give them air, they're going to start believing. They're going to start jumping up and down. That's why I want the crowd really ripping and wearing it out, which hopefully happens. Let's see. Tennis. I used to play tennis when I was a kid. Yeah. You had to wait for the court to dry. That was a big deal. Tornado drills. Let's see. Probably are, John Majors. I'm in my mid to high 50s, if that helps you any. Oh, Clemson and Florida. I hadn't checked on that. Those are 2 pretty equally matched teams right there. Both Clemson and Florida are good. Joshua, I hope you are correct, sir. I feel good about it. I can tell you that. I feel very good about it. Yep. I was at UT from 85 to 89. That's how I knew Tony Robinson and that whole deal. That's why I had no idea that he was the inspiration for the replacements. But, you know, when you watch the game and a guy comes in, he's playing for the Washington Sentinels. And, of course, our guy, Tony, played for the Washington Redskins, and they beat Dallas, and that's who they played in that game. And they wound up winning the Super Bowl. And all 3 of the wins with the replacement players counted. And they wouldn't have got into the playoffs without those wins. See, I got a lot of you guys over 40 watching this. I think it's probably because most everything I do, especially the humor stuff, is going to be older stuff. I can't find anything funny these days. Are you allowed to be funny anymore? I don't know if there's anything funny out there. Yeah, it might be. Let's see. Yeah, it might be. We're not quite seniors yet. I think you got to be 65 to be a senior. We're not there. But, hey, it beats the alternative. He says, I'm 40 and feel 60. Well, crap. Oh, wait a minute. We got a 29-year-old. Here's a 36-year-old. Bunch of kids, bunch of dadgum little teeny boppers watching. We are not hilarious, Django. We are not. We're very serious people. So, no, don't get into politics, dadgummit. You know I don't do politics. I'm not talking about Trump or Biden on this thing. YouTube will show up and shut me down. But anyway, so be it. Got to win this game, folks. Got to win this game. And here's the thing. Come 7:06, I'm going to use this. Let me show you what's going to happen at 7:06.
Say when.
Oh, man. That gets me fired up for the game. Fired up. Let me get back in here in the comments. Better not be 4-3. That, oh, man. You talking about a nail biter. If it's 4 oh, wait, maybe you're saying you're 43. Yeah, that's the lefty. It's the lefty. I think I showed that. Wait a minute here. Let me present that. Some of y'all are coming in later. Let me show you some of the other stuff here. Here's your starting lineup, folks. Xander Seacrest will be he's the lefty. He'll be a starting pitcher for us. And he's got a 3.6 ERA, and he's 3-1. He's a good pitcher. And then, of course, this is your normal lineup that you would expect. Get rid of that. So there's your starting lineup. That'd be fine. Be fine. 12-4. I'm cool with that. Yep. I've been a Vol fan for well over 40 years. That's for sure. That's why, like I said, if you're a Vol fan for any significant amount of time, 10 years or more, you're a VFL. That's how I've always seen it. Here's the thing. I know plenty of guys that played at UT that either played on my team, played with on other teams and all that. They're not nearly as passionate as you guys are. So that's why that VFL thing, I've never been a huge proponent of it, because I know plenty of guys that played over there at UT that don't care near as much as the folks that watch this channel, for example. You've only been a fan for 2 years? Good grief. Well, you're not a VFL yet. You got to have at least 10 under your belt before that counts. I think 10's the minimum. Once you hit 10 and you've been and I mean a real Vols fan, I mean like it messes up your week when we lose. Like you're like something's wrong and you feel that way for several days. That's when you're a VFL. When it affects your life. Like when we won the national title, that whole year was great. It was just a great year. I remember that well. Played Florida State, and, their starting quarterback got hurt early on in the season. I can't remember the name of the guy they had in there. But we handled them without too much trouble, which was great. And we jumped on them early. I remember that, bomb that we threw. I cannot remember who caught that. It was a great wide receiver. I can't remember his name right now off the bat. I'd have to look it up. But what a great game. And, of course, that Arkansas game. God, can you believe that? That game was over. And that was back, now we got the 12-team playoff, which I'm going to love that. I think the end of this season in football is going to be unbelievable. The amount of interest in those games, those last 2 or 3 games, figuring out who's going to get in the playoff, are going to be massive. But back then, if you lost one game, you didn't get in. And Arkansas had us. And that dadgum quarterback somehow went back, and it's like he used the football to prop himself up and left it on the ground, and our guy got on it. And then we just marched the ball 50 yards in there and won that game. And it was like it was destined after that. We were going to win it all. We finally did. Let's see. Yeah, it was, man, that was something. Peerless. That's it. Yeah, Peerless Price. Man, was he good. That was when we were getting a lot of players. If you'll remember, we were loading up out of Georgia. Fulmer was living in Georgia. He'd go down there and load up. And now we've got Kirby. Kirby's down there and putting up a border, which is a problem. We need to, but I think with all this NIL and the the sharing of revenue, you're probably going to see some teams level out. I'm thinking we're going to stop seeing just the top 3 or 4. I think you're going to see a lot more like this, and you're going to have 12, 15 teams that can pretty much win the Natty every year, especially with a playoff, because you get in a one-and-done situation like that. A team like Ole Miss, a team like Tennessee could definitely win a national championship. They could win it like that. I'm telling you, it's just the way it is. Let's see. Oh, that Arkansas game. Jeez. I'm telling you that I thought it was over. And my brother, Junebug, he always stays for every game to the last second. And I was like, let's get out of here, Junior. He's like, no, now wait. Things can happen. Things can happen. He was just always that way. And sure enough, we got that fumble. And I was like, shaking Junior, you were right. You were right. He said, I told you so. And we were up. I remember sitting exactly where we were sitting, up underneath the overhang. I remember exactly where we were sitting when that happened. And I had my binoculars because I always took my binoculars. That's just something I like to do. And I saw him put the football on the ground. And then that was a miracle. Yeah, the game's delayed until 7:06. Vol for Life, 7:06. I could probably find it. Let me see if I can. I'll take a little look, see if I can find that, okay? New Lindsey Nelson Stadium pick. Let's see here if I can. Oh, here we go. Let's see here. It's probably that one right there. Let's see if y'all can. Let me. I'm going to pull that up for you so you can see it. And let's see. Okay. There it is. Oh, wow. Look at that, folks. That's what it's going to look like. Look at that. Wow. Now, it looks a lot like that now, doesn't it? Maybe that's an old pick. That may be an old pick. I don't feel stupid if it is. Let me see. Let me see. Am I missing something here? Maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. Let's see. Let's see. Ah, crap. I am not the best at this. There you go. Is that the new? Yeah, they're wearing the black jerseys tonight with the orange lettering, the big block orange lettering is what they're doing tonight. Okay. Yeah, Alcoa, the rain stopped. Yeah, it's going to be over by about 6:45 for Lindsey Nelson, that area. But now, is that the new thing, or are they already there with that? Does anybody know? Now, you can see that, can't you? Y'all can see that. Oh, that is. Okay, that's the new. Says Florida's choking it up. Is Florida going to gag it? I usually don't root for Florida, as y'all know. But when it's SEC, sometimes I do. It just depends. But, God, it's hard for me to root for Florida. That's just difficult. I knew there was going to be 8,000. Is it going to be 10? That's a heck of a stadium. Man, that looks good. Let me tell you, I can remember. I remember when I was there in the 80s. First of all, you could just go down and watch. It wasn't any big deal. I can't even remember if they charged you. As a student, I don't think they charged you anything. I think I went down there a couple times and watched them. I knew the guys. I knew some of the guys. Actually, a couple of them made it in the major leagues. And here's the big thing I remember about the 1980s. It was 85 through 89. The baseball players, they were bigger, than regular people, but they weren't like built. They didn't look like they played football. These guys on Tennessee's club, they look like football players. Like Christian, man, he looks like he could play linebacker. Burke is a big old dude at 240. I mean, they're in good shape. They're not runts. They're big old dudes. And that's not how it was in the 80s. They were just, they were bigger than regular people, but they weren't like monsters. These guys live in the gym. That's probably why they're hitting so many home runs. And of course, here's the thing about baseball, golf, golf especially, and pitching. Everything's about speed. Everything they do now is speed. When I grew up playing golf, it was low and slow, smooth. You had to do all that. Now, granted, we were using wooden clubs. So you had a sweet spot about that big. So you had to hit it dead nut. And the same thing with, I guess, baseball might have been that way too. But now it's all about speed training. And these baseball players, they're trying to get their swing speed up as high as they can possibly get it. So that if they connect, it just darts. And the pitchers are trying to throw it 100. If you'll remember back in the day, this was probably 10 years ago, you never, ever saw a college player throwing it 100. Well, just 2 years ago, we had like 3 guys that could throw it over 100 miles per hour on UT's team, which is shocking, amazing. And the dude from LSU that's can't remember his name. He's throwing it 104 right now, and he's throwing some sort of fastball cutter in there that you can't even see the dadgum thing. Let's see. Rain delay. Yeah, we got a rain delay till 7:06. Let's see. Oh, that's the new. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Gotcha. So they're just not completely done with this, is what you're saying. That looks fantastic, by the way. That really looks good. You sit here in this area right here where they're cooking out and having a great time. And the nice thing is they've got room right here and right here, which I'll bet you in 10 years, this area right here will have this. It's almost bound to. Sorry, I'm shaking. That's the only way I can get that arrow big. But I would think right here will look just like this. And then eventually they could do that here as well. So I would think if this is 8,000, they could go to probably 15, maybe 12 to 14, maybe as much as 15,000. I don't know if you could get many more than that unless you start going above that. Of course, who knows, maybe 50 years from now, they'll be up in here. It's hard to say, but that looks fantastic. So, all right, folks, so we've got a game at 7:06. I'm going to sign off here. We got 38. I'm going to leave you with this, though. I'm going to leave you with, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to show this one again.
Say when.
All right, folks. I wish they were throwing that first pitch right now, but I'm going to head on out, and I'll look. If we lose, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I may be too distraught. If we win, I'll be here for sure. Who knows? Anyway, 1 hour, folks. Dadgum rain. At least we don't have to wait another day, though. That's one good thing. All right, we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay. Go Vols.